But I guess it really leads to the question of, okay, if traditional recruitment agents are charging exorbitant fees, they're not representing my business, my brand effectively, why wouldn't I not do this process internally? Why would I not take on this responsibility? I'd save on the recruitment fees. I'm always going to be the best advocate for my own business. Why shouldn't I do it internally and instead of paying for someone like On-Demand HR to assist?
Yeah, good question. Ultimately, you as a manager have competing priorities and a lack of time available to sit down and review a bunch of irrelevant resumes on a daily basis, making calls to candidates, returning calls, being interrupted in your meetings when candidates call you back, responding to email inquiries, scheduling interviews, rescheduling them when they need to change the time, providing feedback to candidates, filtering out anyone with things like irrelevant work rights. Essentially, we step into your shoes and take care of the grunt work for you and give you the cream that rises to the top for selection. A common mistake that we see as a result of the competing priorities is the use of things like closing dates. We understand the convenience of being able to sit down and review all the applications at once, but what you may find in the current recruitment market, because there's high competition for talent, is that when you get the time to sit down and review all the resumes that will come in, any that were half decent, most of them will have been gone. And if they haven't found another job in that time, we even start to question if they're even worth it in this market. We also have a network of what we call recruitment partners. Sometimes these are candidates that they present to us who have some kind of injury, a disability, or have been out of the workforce for a little while for other reasons. But these can provide some really great candidate options where you may otherwise not have had any. And they do often come with some subsidies for the first year's wages or support in building their skill sets if they're a little bit lacking in some areas. So you'll get the benefit of using that as well. We also use things like Seek Talent Search, which a manager may not have otherwise had time to use to help attract some more candidates to your advertisement.
Fantastic. What I hear out of that, I guess, when I consider running a recruitment campaign internally, is there's probably two key benefits that come out of what you've just shared. The first one is strategy. Obviously, On-Demand HR has, I guess, over the past, since 2010, we've been working in the recruitment market. We've kind of evolved our strategy and sat down and thought about what works, what's effective, and what actually makes a difference in terms of achieving a result at every stage of the recruitment process. And we've really spent that time and invested, let's call it that sweat equity, to come up with the model that we typically recommend as a basis for the start of a recruitment campaign for clients, and then obviously adjust and mold and adapt that process based on the type of business that we're dealing with and the type of position that we're recruiting for. So I think that's the number one benefit of, I guess, or when comparing to doing this internally, you're just not going to have those runs on the board over such a long period of time. The second thing that I
hear... We make the mistakes for them. We've been there and done it, and it didn't work.
Correct, 100%. The second key point I took out of that is time. And from our one of those insights out of all those mistakes that we've made, typically the example we give is in the past, when unemployment wasn't at 3.5%, you could simply place an ad on a recruitment board on a Monday, and then sit back on a Sunday afternoon, have a beer or whatever your drink of preference is, and review your resumes on a Sunday. And that just doesn't work anymore. And one of the biggest pushbacks that we have with recruitment campaigns is we need to move faster in order to be able to secure candidates in a candidates market. And that's one of the things that I think we really bring to the table compared to businesses that are recruiting internally, particularly for your small to medium businesses who are unlikely to have a dedicated recruitment function within their business. It's probably going to be some sort of line manager that's got a million other competing priorities, and recruitment tends to get pushed to the back burner, reviewing resumes, booking interviews, scheduling time for this. And that's where your competitors are going to pounce, and that's where you're going to lose top candidates in a really fast moving market. So those are probably the two key things I hear about that.
Does your business have a HR or workplace relations issue? Are you unsure how to work through compliance issues but still achieve a good business outcome? Why not take advantage of On Demand HR's free 30-minute online consultation with an experienced HR consultant? At the end of the consultation, we also provide you with a strategic action plan to resolve your current issues. To see the types of matters we can help you with and schedule your consultation, please visit ondemandhr.com.au/advice. We look forward to delivering certainty, confidence and clarity for your business in your HR and workplace relations affairs.